You gonna do the little intro?
Wait,
Hello?
yeah, I was, but then you started talking. Now I can't do the intro, and they can hear you. Oh
Hey.
my god! And
Alright, go
now,
on then. You can do the intro.
I well, I can't do the intro now because like now it's all. Oh, I switched the wrong scene too. This is terrible. I don't think
What's
I've done.
that?
I don't know what this is. I really thought I had this like all set up and ready to go because like I did look at
I
this.
got an ad as well. I can't believe
Did
that.
you get an ad as well? Wait, is this is
Yeah.
oh this is the one. Oh, see, I got it. Wow. Podcast ruined? It's pretty ruined, yeah. All right, guys. Hello everybody. Restart the I can't restart the stream. I can't just redo it, all right? So we're just gonna let it happen as it is because you know what?
Everyone's gonna leave if we do that, to be honest. They're
Yeah,
gonna be like,
so
oh, he's gone. The dip.
that's it. So I think what we're just gonna do is we're just gonna pretend that didn't happen and we're just gonna do it live, as they say. Should have stayed retired. You're probably right. I should have stayed retired. All right, guys, welcome back to your yearly recap. It used to be weekly recap. Now it's yearly recap, right?
It used to be weekly recap, and then you got a live, so we decided to
Well,
make it a yearly thing.
yeah, because that's all I can tolerate nowadays. My name's Highruler, joined as always by Stardust. Stardust, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing all right. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking. What a wonderful question that is.
That's so great. I'm so glad to hear that you've been totally fine, 100% for the last few months. That's amazing. All right, I'm glad to know that you're not lying in the slightest. Right, let's carry on.
Wonderful. All right. So today, guys, actually, I don't know how much we got ready to rock and roll today. This was kind of just like a no worries, Horn. This was kind of just like a spur of the moment idea. And I
It really
figured,
was. I mean,
yeah,
I didn't even get a DM, guys. It was just on Twitter, like, oh, do you want to do like? Oh, I'd love to do a yearly thing with Stardust. I was like, oh my god, the fuck.
right.
So this is yeah. So like the first DM I sent about this was the one I screenshotted, posted it out there. Like I was just trying to be cool for Twitter. I really do want to do it.
True. And now we're here. So I guess what we can do today is I mean, do you want to do Avengers stuff? And then we'll do Midnight Sun stuff. And then because like, I feel like that's fair, right? I think there's not a lot to say about Avengers, but there might be a lot to say about Midnight Suns, and I think that's always fun.
I think the thing is, right, when you
Yeah,
talk about Avengers, right,
right.
you
True, Jordan.
really start low. All right, you really have
Yes,
to beat yourself up. It's the motto of you have to break yourself to make something new again, right? So talking about Avengers,
right.
just just really melts me down, to be honest, into a fine paste.
A
If you want
fine
to,
pace.
if we are in the Marvel's Avengers category. It's the
Yes,
only one that watches us both, so we
yes.
should we should probably talk
Well,
about it. So
I'm
yeah,
just trying to cling on to the last bit of viewership that I can hold on to, So I'm just, trying to do my best here. 2023 roadmap, true. Two biggest Avengers hater and the world's only Midnight Suns hater. This is gonna be great. Actually, sorry. Struggler Bry is also a Midnight Suns hater. I don't know if anyone's seen Struggler Bry
that was
lately,
shocking. I
but
really like, bro. I was so surprised by that. I thought
I'm
that he
not.
would be so into it,
I'm not. You know
cause
why?
like,
Because Struggler Bry has
why?
taste.
You got like the game as well. Like, were you lying to people just so they wouldn't attack you? Because
About
every
what?
time you explained what you didn't like about the game, you were like, "By the way, the game's great. I'm sure people love it, but this Abby stuff is dog shit."
No, I
and then, and
genuinely, that's how I feel. I feel like the game actually has a lot of like good points to it, but the Abby stuff is actually dog shit. So
I do. So I know we are talking about Avengers first, and I know that's
yeah,
fine. One
yeah,
thing I'll
we
jump
could do
into though,
that.
really quick, is that like
Yeah,
I'm on like day 100 plus on Midnight Suns, because you can see it on your save. And I will say the Abby stuff at that point is pretty pointless. Like it just becomes non-existent.
you know what the problem
Because
is? I'm a trendsetter, and people just haven't jumped on the trend yet. So
no. So what it is because obviously
it's
there's only
coming
so
though.
many lines of dialogue, right, that they can give these characters. So eventually, after like especially when you play with a lot of the same characters and you get those hangout options, they start saying the same shit. So like there isn't any reason to keep listening because I know what they're gonna say, and it's just kind of like, all right, well, fine, I guess, cool, I'll take the points.
True. 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 Matt, I got you. I haven't had a chance yet, but I will get you. Okay, let's switch gears because I don't want to. I don't want to. You know, do all the Midnight Sun stuff first. Let's do Marvy's Avenges, as my community likes to call it now. Did you know that's a thing, Marvy's Avenges?
I do, I heard that or saw that from Alyssa's stream, where every time she plays it, which I'm so sorry, Alyssa, that you met Marvel's Avengers people and got you into it. She puts it as like playing Avengers, Marvel's Avengers. I'm like, are you fucking 5? What? What's going on?
Sometimes you just have to allow yourself a little bit of fun. That's kind of all
Oh,
there is to be out of it.
so I mean, if the most fun you can get out of that game is just like calling it something else, then that's kind of outrageous.
True. All right, let's talk about. So Falcon brought up the 2023 roadmap. All right, now. Now let's talk about that 2023 roadmap. The roadmap to death, the funeral. It's a
Okay.
funeral roadmap.
Right.
All right.
Mhm.
So you want to go back to like the early start of this year, the end of last year. You wanna go back all the way and talk about our lofty expectations for the game.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Do you remember the
Yeah.
days? Do you remember the days where we were hopeful that this year would have had how many characters did we think? 3, 4 characters? Remember, we also thought there would be like, well, we did get a new OLT, kind of new OLT. I still haven't played it, funny enough. So here's a question. Here's a question for you and chat. Chat, are you guys ready? What would you rank 2022 for Marvy's Avenges? On it, you could do the scale of F to A. F
We only
being
get 2 characters this year. We did, didn't we? Aiden
that
and Bucky, right?
that'd be correct, sir.
That's fucked. That's just wow. And one of them was pretty much a complete echo. That's embarrassing. That's
Okay, we got two solid E. Wait, what's the E? That is A B C D
well,
E
if you go
F.
through the alphabet,
Bro,
yeah.
there's no E when you get rated or graded. Cute little
Try
chaos
before
kitty.
F.
I need a new letter. All right, A B C D F, not E. C D minus incomplete. B D minus F A plus plus. Bribes might have been involved. Only reason I'm doing this, Rondo, is my Crystal Dynamics check came into the bank the other day. So A F F. If we got Captain Marvel expansion, would give it a B. Well, that would be a 2023 prediction.
I was gonna say you have a few days left to get that expansion.
True. Wait, what are we talking about? We are rating 2022 for Marvy's Avenges. That's what we're rating it right now. We're just trying to
Marvin's
gauge.
Adventures.
We're trying to gauge where everyone feels this year went for a classic game. Now, okay, here's a question. All right, here's an interesting question. Okay, this year saw Gotham Knights, right, come out.
Okay.
And it
Well,
didn't.
no, how everyone thinks
Whoa,
about Gotham Knights.
hold on a second. Hold on a second.
All right, goddamn.
Do you think Gotham Knights lightened the view on Marvel's Avengers or made it more harsh on Marvel's Avengers?
I think it depends where you're looking, so I think that I don't know, man, because in different places I'm seeing different things. So like some people in this community alone are like, man, Gotham Knights just fucking hits different in a good way. Like it's a shame that Avengers didn't sort of take some cues from that game, right? And then there's obviously you got the Avengers diehards, right? The people that will fucking sink with the ship, so to
Right.
speak, and they'll be like, man, this surely this is going to make people realize how difficult a multiplayer superhero game is, blah 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 blah. And I don't know, man. I think that. So me personally,
Yes,
I'm
you.
super into Gotham Knights.
Yes.
Now not I mean not so much because you hit a wall, you just do. I think that Avengers could have done with the loop style that Gotham Knights actually has without the fucking menus and the clicking of logos and the Destiny bullshit. Like he could have done a bit. It could have been. They could have just clashed and made like one sexy. Not finishing that. They made one cool baby. There you go.
Wonderful. Thank you. I don't know where that whole thing was going. It kind of sometimes like when you get
It's been
started.
a while.
Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes when you get started, I get scared because I don't really know where the end point's going to be. I can even know where the start is, and I can kind of guess the terrain you're navigating through, but like the end point always scares me sometimes when you get started. So I just, it's nice to return to form,
Yeah, I mean, I had to stop myself there because I almost finished that sentence by saying "sexy baby." That's why I was like, pause, wait a minute, cool baby.
But then you went on and said it anyways. So I
Yeah,
mean,
but it's different because people knew that I was trying to correct myself. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm obviously not that way inclined because otherwise I would have just said it.
wonderful. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So here's the next bit that we can run through. All right. And I believe that after this, I think we can move on. We can close the door. We can close the chapter. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready too. Okay, Miller's report. So Miller he wrote for, I don't want to like misrepresent which publication he wrote for. So let me just make sure I get this. Exputer.com. He basically wrote that it's a wrap next year, right? It's all ogre, as they say, right? Now,
Mm.
is anyone really surprised?
I
Like,
think.
and I mean, like, okay, and like here's the thing. Like, I know there's always been like the meme that it's like it's over, it's over, it's over, it's wrap it up, it's over. But like, is anyone really shocked when you look at like what 2022 brought in terms of the quantity, right? Because there's always gonna be disagreements about the quality, but like in terms of the quantity of what we got and how spaced out it was, does anyone really look at a lot of that and being like, wow, I can't believe it's wrapped up, right? Or like are you and people in chat just kind of like, all right, like I get it. It's kind of a wrap, move on, we'll figure something out, we'll play something else kind of thing.
If you remember, right, early this year, or well, when we did the last one of these, we kind of
The
said
last
that
one was
this year.
the last one was with Evan Falarka, by the way. Did we talk about that?
Oh,
Did we talk about Marvel's
then
Avengers during that?
for that fucking snore fest, bro.
Whoa, chill. I like Evan, bro. What are you doing? Oh my
Nah,
god.
nah. Listen, I was joking. I was chilling. I was joking. Calm down. Right, calm down.
This is why you never get
Yeah.
invited on to talk about Marvel Spider-Man.
It's all right, bro. So what I'm trying to say is that basically back in those days, I said that it seems like they were gearing up to work more on heroes because that makes the most money, right? And Brian said that himself, when he said like we're trying to figure out ways to get heroes out faster. If this is high production and it's 2 heroes in 1 year and one not really unique, but I guess compared to Jane, pretty fucking original. Don't know, man. I mean, their production's obviously not great, because that's been the content, right? It's been No Rest for the Wicked, Cloning Labs, which has been in production forever,
Mm-hmm.
and the 2 characters. Not a great year, not a great year for content. And I think if this is like their sort of level that they can do this at, and I mean, I don't even know if that is, because Miller's never steered us wrong before. But I feel like if 2024 is an absolute guarantee, I mean, as a
2023.
dev team. Oh, I thought there was no plans for 2024. So like
Oh,
the idea
sorry.
would
So
be
yeah, the IB. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
like so like prediction would be that by late December there would be no more content that would be released at all, or November
True.
or whatever, right? I just don't see the point in them even bothering with 2023. I just don't. It just seems like you're gonna spend more money making shit that people are, even people in this community are playing less and less and less. Skins, I mean, they must be doing something. right, with the skins because they're going ham on them. But apparently, I've heard that they're outsourcing those skins, so that's why we're sort of getting better ones and like ones from outside.
So there's a theory that is so for anyone who like follows like video games in general. Um, I'm gonna get the percentages wrong or the ratio wrong, but like people have heard this before that like 90% of your revenue comes from 10% of your player base, right? So the idea being is that like the skins are only bought by like a small amount of players, but like those small amount of players are could be enough to keep the lights on, right? The question then becomes like how many like active players over like a monthly period do they feel is like adequate, you know what I mean? But if they're still pulling in like a bunch of revenue from like 10% of their players, and it's probably enough for them to be like, all right, like we can just still dedicate some resources to it. Yeah, I've heard the outsourcing thing as well, that like there's still like a couple people maybe internally that work on it, but they send them out and they get them worked on outsourcing. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, so it obviously must be the whales. But what's kind of like ironic is a lot of the people that would have bought that entire marketplace in order for that game to survive are in the fucking creator Discord and you get them for free now. So, uh,
Are you really bringing drama to my stream channel? Are you really bringing drama to my stream channel
that's not
today?
drama. That's not drama.
That's
'Cause they
crazy.
would admit it as well, bro. Like, listen, right?
This is
So,
supposed to be a fun podcast, and you're bringing drama to my stream channel.
Aussie Brothers, Lejeune hasn't done a skin video for like 10 100 years, bro.
Kind of true, actually. Kind of true.
He's not on it.
How much did the Embracer acquisition keep things in limbo this year? Help hurt no change for the future? I don't know. Like, there's always like little whispers and little like murmurs that like Embracer will just drop them or whatever, but it's tough to say. Like until it happens, until like it's tough to kind of get a gauge of where things are at with Embracer. From everything I've heard, Embracer's pretty like hands off. Like they're pretty much like we're just gonna let you do what you do and that's it. Um, so until like you see anything, it's tough to say like what Embracer's plans are. I guess like in terms of like the acquisition itself and Limbo, didn't like they not know about it until like it was announced. So like maybe
According to Twitter, I guess, like that's what we sort of saw, right? I don't know if you've heard
yeah.
anything different, but a lot of the tweets on the day were like, "Wow, this is such good news from like developers of Avengers," or I'm like, "Damn, guys, no, could have given you like a briefing or something."
True. I guess because they didn't want it to leak, right? So I guess like the more people that know, and I guess like when it comes to like these big financial acquisitions, like once it leaks, like I'm pretty sure there's like serious consequences to that, right? Like it's not just like leaking like a character is gonna show up or whatever. Like I think like when it comes to like the seriousness of like a big acquisition like that for like millions of dollars, like if you leak that, you're fucked. Like you're 1,000% fucked. So and I think that's just kind of where that's at. So
I definitely think the community and me, myself included,
yes.
definitely expanded the actual what Embracer was going to do for this game. I think people looked at it as like they're definitely gonna fucking kill it, or they're definitely gonna make it better, and we're gonna have Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch and more expansions now because they're gonna throw a bunch of devs on it. Embracer have really got no reason to do that. They bought CD for Tomb Raider. Like Tomb Raider is what they're excited by. Like
What's
that.
the
that
what's the,
they,
the well they keep teasing like Legacy of Kain and shit too, right? Isn't that what I've seen out
yeah,
of like
they sent a survey
yeah.
for Legacy of Kain if people want like a new one, and then a CD on the fucking Embracer stream in like November said like we hear you loud and clear about the people that want another Legacy of Kain, and Legacy of Kain was one of the options. It was either work on this game Avengers or work on a new Legacy of Kain. So I guess they sort of thought, well, we'll go to the other option now.
True. I mean, they own the IP, right? So it kind of in some ways it makes sense to work on a game where you own the IP and you don't have to like license it out and all that regular bullshit, right? So
Yeah.
so I mean, I guess that's kind of where everything's at. Okay, before we move on to Midnight Suns, 2023, same, worse, or better than 2022?
I think it'll be worse. I think, and no, you know what? I think
Yeah,
it'll be better in terms of cosmetics because I think they're gonna want to go fucking hard on squeezing the money out when they can.
sure.
But I think that when it comes to actual content, you know, we're gonna get those characters that Miller mentioned on his thing, and that'll be it because characters make the most money, so it makes sense. Shuri is already in the game. Panther's already in the game, so the combat's already done. Ironheart, she's already in the game. Like the combat is going to be the same.
Yeah,
She-Hulk, you never guess what I'm about to say.
already in the game.
Already in the game. And Captain Marvel, for the love of God, your entire game has been building up to this one character. Do not give me a war table bullshit of, well, Carol trained with the Avengers, so she has a mixture of all moves from everyone. Fuck off.
If there's
No.
if there's no binary mode, it's not worth it.
That'll be
So
an intrinsic minimum, and that'll be it though. Like the rest of it will be like stealing from fucking a bit of Jane, maybe, as in a like heroics and shit. You know, the Arrow fucking one from Hawkeye. Maybe a bit of Iron Man. Like it's not happening. But the reason they do that is because it means more skins and a lot of media push whenever they release new characters. Because if you've noticed, they only ever do that when new characters come out. If it's like Cloning Lab, no one talks about Cloning Lab. People talk about Bucky.
yeah, because no,
Right, so
because
that's
yeah, because people are more drawn to the characters than they are drawn to the like gear chase.
yeah. So I can 100% see them doing the four characters and then calling it a day because that'll make them a lot of money, especially if they're echoes and they've just got more skins.
True, makes sense. Okay, are you ready to cap this off? We gave 25 minutes, which I think is more than I've given Avengers. Can you turn the volume, especially Stardust? I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough
I
one.
can I can boost my mic all the way
No, you're good.
maximum,
Nope,
but you
nope,
guys
nope,
don't
nope,
wanna.
nope, nope. You're good. You're totally fine. If you boost anymore, I'm going to cry. So don't do that. All right. All right. 25 minutes. I think we're good. You wanna switch gears?
Yeah, man. I mean, look, for everyone who's jumped in now, I want you guys to know that there are other games out there. All right. So when we talk about this next game, I don't want you all to be heartbroken.
Right,
Okay?
because I mean I might shit on it and break some hearts. Okay, Midnight Suns, because this was like the big one everyone was talking about, right? This was another Avengers killer, right? This was kind of like the game that everyone wanted to put. Dying Light 2, true, I remember that. That was
Fucking
another
hell.
Avengers killer. Stardust, you want to talk about Dying Light 2? Have you
Was it
checked
an
out?
Avengers killer?
Have
That
you
was
have you checked out the recent DLC? You know, it looks like they have a Christmas event going on. Have you gone back to play it? Have you made a video on that?
listen, bro. I beat the main story, and actually, you know what? I actually enjoyed it. But then the
Yeah.
sort of the end game stuff, I just couldn't really get behind because it wasn't really an end game. It was kind of just 100% everything. And then by the time I installed it to make room for other games, they were like, "We got this DLC coming out." I was like, "Is it really worth?" Like, I'm just gonna have the same problem afterwards. Like, besides actual story content, I just didn't really have a lot of reason to play it. To be honest.
True. True. Okay. All right, let's actually talk about Midnight Suns, because leading up to the launch of Midnight Suns, this was like everyone's like wet dream. Um Welcome to the Outriders podcast. We're talking about Outriders and Lost Ark. True. Like everybody was on the hype for Midnight Suns, right? It had like the story. It had like it just seemed like everybody wanted Midnight Suns to be what they wanted it to be, and for the most part, it seems like a lot of people got what they wanted out of Midnight Suns, right? Like they got the cool Marvel stuff. They got they get the socialization aspect. They got some pretty good combat out of it, strategy, RTS combat. What did you make of Midnight Suns going from pre-launch to launch and now to where you're sitting here today talking about it?
Oh, so pre-launch, I mean, I was really into it. I was really excited because, like, the thing is, I kind of have like a preference with games, and I just like them to have superheroes in them, and then I'll be pretty into it. Right? It's very difficult for a game to get me hooked unless it's got like apes and powers and shit. I'm kind of
Sure.
like low brain energy with the other stuff. So when I was like, okay, Marvel game, and it's gonna last a fuck ton of time, and it's like a live sim with your heroes and stuff. I thought this sounds amazing. This is like Persona 5 Marvel, which really excited me.
Hmm.
So I was already into it, and then it come out, and I mean, I got my ass beat. Okay,
Right.
that game is not easy if you don't know what you're doing. But eventually, like, I was watching some videos, got some builds on the go and stuff. The game is just super fun. I really, really like the game. It's probably my favorite game I've played this year. Um, but I haven't played Elden Ring yet. I got that for Christmas. That's behind me. So I might feel different. But
That might be your greatest game of the year. Seems like everyone loves Elden Ring who plays it. So, um,
yeah,
I,
but the difference is I'm shit at video games, so that might be.
listen, so am I. Don't worry about it. Okay, so like, here's a question because like, obviously, why is Stardust not on camera? Because he has his boobies out, and I figured I'm saving you guys from his boobies. Um,
I actually dead ass got like right hard nipples as well. That's the bad thing. So
mm,
I think if like my cam was on, you wouldn't be able to see me. It'd just be like Pinocchio nose nipples aiming at your screen.
wonderful. Okay, so coming from a content creator's perspective, are you disappointed from the perspective of making content for Midnight Suns? Because I've seen a lot of creators dabble in Midnight Sun stuff, right? And I think actually we can even expand this conversation because like I think a lot of people who got their start with Marvel's Avengers or like, became accustomed to a lot of success have felt the drop off from moving on from Marvel's Avengers, right? And I think there was a lot of people who were hoping, you can even say both Gotham Knights and Midnight Suns, to be kind of the light, the pie in the sky, right? Something to reach to. Um, and I just think like, and even people in chat can actually answer this. Like, is there just nothing to watch about that game? Like, you know what I mean? As someone who doesn't partake in any part of it, like Trix just put out a video of a build right now, but is that content that people want to watch? Because like, it feels like a lot of people just want, now to be fair, I'm generalizing. A lot of people want the socialization aspect of the game, and do people care about builds and cards and stuff like that? Like, what do you think of that?
I think so. One of the biggest things for me personally, as someone who used to fucking cover like whenever a dev breathed on Reddit, it, it's really difficult because the thing is with these other games is that they don't have terrible communication. They don't
Right.
have this like split up, okay, bit on Reddit, a bit on Discord, a bit on Twitter, a bit on Facebook, a bit on the dark web. It's
The
all in
dark
one
web,
place.
eh?
You know what's going on, and it's like, so realistically, if you didn't get there first and you didn't get the game early, there really is nothing you can offer that hasn't already been offered. You know what I mean? And like, so I'm not saying that Trix doesn't have something cool, other people don't have something cool, but I feel like people have already looked at the builds that other people have done, said, "Yep, I'll do that," and there we go. Because for a lot of Marvel fans, this is their first time getting on it. But I was pretty surprised though. So I did a video a little bit ago talking about the Iron Man air superiority nerf, and that's almost on 2K views. So it didn't do too bad. Like the
Mm.
Midnight Sun stuff isn't awful. So I think I think there's an audience for it. I think that it depends though, because it isn't a live service game and it's just going to have expansions, there's going to be like a really big drop off. Whereas like Avengers, it never had a big up, but it had, you know what I mean? Like there's always that kind of flat line of people who stick around during the mere periods that you're able to sort of still make videos for. But with Midnight Suns, it may be pretty lackluster until more DLC comes out.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, that makes sense because, you see it a lot in like the creator community of like people just kind of like trying to throw themselves at like different games. And like this isn't shade or whatever because like, people got to eat kind of situation. And I know there was a lot of hype for both Gotham Knights and like Midnight Suns in hopes that like they were going to like be like the next two big games that a lot of creators could like rely on. And like to be fair, they kind of fell flat, right? Like for creators, that is for creators. And as someone who didn't care for either of those games, it's always nice to get like the opinion of people who did care, right? Like and try to like make
Yeah.
something work out of that because like I'm gonna be honest, I'm just gonna play Destiny. Like I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna go play Destiny, right?
Yeah.
Versus like other creators who are like trying to find like something that can like really propel them to like levels of success that they've like obtained before. So, but I always find with RTS games, um, So like the way RTS games work, and my for anyone who doesn't know, my history with watching live streams comes from StarCraft 2, which is like the king of RTS games, right? And there's a disagreement to be made there, but for the most part, since like 2010, for the last like 12 years, the king of RTS games. Um, and what I always find with RTS games, a lot of that comes from like the competitive nature of those, right? Like the back and forth. And I always find with RTS games that are just purely single player, it's not RTS, it's turn based, it's strategy. We're just gonna call it strategy, all right? But with strategy games, you know, I always feel like without kind of the back and forth of like competition, they can kind of fall dim or dim. It just kind of falls flat, right? And that was kind of like my prediction and my fear with like Midnight Suns is that without kind of like the ability to go back and forth or play PvP against someone, that like it was just kind of gonna fall flat, and that kind of sucks, right?
Yeah, I think that so when it came to Gotham Knights, for example, when that came out, the thing is, unless you're a build channel, then a lot of these are kind of games that a lot of the videos you want to cover are kind of dedicated to the people who got these games early as well, which is why this culture is so difficult, and it's why I like for a while I was kind of like heavy fucking grinding to try and get these games early because you don't, you're screwed. And Midnight Suns was sort of the same thing of like, I can post build, sure, but I don't really do that. That's not really my normal thing. So I'd kind of just be doing it for the sake of it. Yeah, it is. Oh, it's a bit frustrating. I'll be honest. So that's why, like, for me personally, as a creator, I'm kind of like, I've got this Witcher video I want to start editing and stuff. I'm trying to get away from that because a lot of the things that a lot of these Twitter, YouTube gurus that do you like 10 threads to be bigger on YouTube, a lot of them say doing gaming news is fucking hard
Yeah.
because people are just not going to watch you unless you're like they've already got people they watch for that stuff. Audience has already been covered. They don't need new YouTubers to tell them the same thing. So I was
Right.
like, damn, all
So it's
right.
yeah, so it's hard to like make yourself stand out. Yeah. I guess it's interesting because like I don't know. I always feel like at least with these two games, you know, it's just always interesting to find people try to like figure out their footing, and it's one of those things where it's like, you know, everyone's still trying to strive for that level of success that they had, and it just seems like these two games in that respect just kind of let people down, right? So
Well,
um
let's be honest. No one played Gotham Knights because you didn't want to fucking play it. You just sort of abandoned it. So that's why it didn't grow big. It didn't get the Highruler seal of
is that what
approval.
it is? Yeah. Hey, listen, I
Yeah.
almost bought it yesterday. On God, I almost bought it yesterday, but I bought Warhammer instead. So, and I
Oh,
can't.
that's an L that.
I don't know about that one. I think Warhammer is gonna have a very long life, and Warhammer is gonna be 70 years old, and Gotham Knights is already gonna be dead for 50 of those years. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. Like that's the thing. Fucking the game's already gone. Like they even put the dev team were even like moving on to another project. I was like, that's shit.
Yeah, it's pretty much
Like
over.
it's pretty much done already. And it seemed like they were trying to like make them give themselves a bit of a base. But yeah, they just kind of they dropped heroic assault and they were like, right, now we can move on. But I don't know why they would. I don't know why they bothered if there wasn't going to be anything more after it. I just don't see the point.
True. Actually, I guess we could talk about it. What did you make of the heroic assault? Because I never played it.
I
Um,
thought it was so boring. I
but
thought it was so boring.
it's like a mega hive, correct? Or last of understanding.
I actually think, right, so
Mm,
playing with friends is fine, as is the Mega Hive, because you talk to your friends, right?
right.
But after even playing it through the first time, towards the end of it, it was a fucking slog. 'Cause it isn't just like one, it's pretty much exactly like a Mega Hive. So it's one, pretty much three rooms, objectives, different ones, then the floor is done. And then it's the same thing. Three objectives, two floors. Three objectives, three floors. And that's like so long because it's 30 floors. I
Right.
think that ends up being longer than a Mega Hive. At least now ends up being longer than a Mega Hive now. And the rewards are like, what for? There isn't anything after it. What's the point?
Right.
So even when the update was, oh, we've put all these higher gear pieces in the open world, then why play Heroic Assault? Why play it at all? Like, and you know, even when you've done all the floors, you can actually go to the different floors. You can like say, okay, I want to go floor 30. You don't have to play all again, which is nice. But then just keep playing the Starro bit. Just keep
Interesting.
playing that and get the max awards. It's basically like the equivalent of having the Mega Hive, doing all the floors of the Mega Hive, being able to say, I want to go to the final, like, thing 5 of 5 on the last floor of the Mega Hive. That's it. And you just do that. And it's pointless because there's nothing else there. And Starro, like Billy said in chat, isn't even a boss fight. You have to guide him. And he just talks shit to you the entire time. It's really annoying.
Oh my god. Was it better
And
than
one
the
thing
acclaimed
as well,
Avengers
this is
Horde
a
mode?
pet peeve.
Yes.
This is a pet peeve, right? But if the Court of Owls are wearing masks, how does the star go on their mask and still infect them?
It's a great question. I'm not a lore master, so I couldn't tell you.
Someone's gonna have to tell me that in chat. I don't know if that's a normal thing, but
You don't think there's a small
yeah,
team cranking out DLC for Gotham Knights? I don't know how big Warner Brothers Montreal is, but based off some LinkedIn posts, it seems like a majority of the team has moved on to pre-production of their next game. But if they have a big enough studio, I mean, I guess it's possible. But I guess the question is like, Lego. Appreciate the follow, by the way. How big of a team do you need to pump out DLC that's like worthwhile to play, right? Because I think Stardust has a point that like if you're playing a gear chasing game, right, and you're chasing gear and you're progressing your power level or whatever you call it, item level, whatever. At a certain point in time, you do need something next to kind of like prove that like the gear you chased was worth it, right? But like, so in Heroic Assault, do they have like special perks on the Heroic Assault gear? How does that work? Because like,
so, there is sort of different gear, but it doesn't. It's not like crazy different, right? So it's not like gear that would sort of be okay, this is definitely from this, right? You could have grabbed it in the open world and been like, okay, it's just another normal gear piece, I guess.
sure,
It's
sure,
not. So it's just a mixture of perks you don't see from other places, but they're still like basic perks. They're nothing crazy like I don't know, brainwash enemy. Like a Starro sort of ability where it's like brainwash this enemy, fight this enemy for a little bit. That cool stuff. It's nothing like that. It's pretty basic, and that is. Yeah, that's an Avengers problem. That's what we wanted for Avengers, right? Kind of have like cool super adaptoid themed gear that
yep,
actually was themed, and same with Taskmaster and stuff like that. So when you don't, if it's the same with Gotham Knights, and it's the same problem. And after doing 30 floors of same shit, you start getting just a little bit tired of just the game as a whole because like any motivation to make the combat actually, which the combat is great, but a lot of the combat does come from sort of like having fun with it and a bit of experimentation. By the time you're on floor 30, I was just slowly jamming my fucking square
yeah.
gun.
You're kind of just over it at that point, right?
Yeah, like it drains you completely.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, excuse me. All right, man. That's it. I think we did pretty good, man. We 41 minutes. We covered 3 games. I think we did pretty well. We used to draw these segments out quite a while. We used to kind of take our sweet time. But look at us. We're so efficient
Yeah,
now.
well, see,
Yeah. What am I seeing?
as as someone who
Yes.
doesn't last too long in the sack these days, Highruler. I couldn't
Yes.
imagine you taking long with me either. All right, listen, I've
Wonderful.
heard some things. I've
Yeah.
heard that you're a bit of a quick blaster.
Hey,
Right, you know
listen.
that
Some,
card from
hey,
Midnight
hey,
Suns
hey,
for Iron Man's
hey,
quick
hey,
blast? There you go.
listen. I'm not afraid to admit that sometimes things are over before they begin. All right, and that's a natural thing that happens. All right,
Can I tell chat a story
about me or you?
about something that about something that's happened to me? And I have permission to talk about this, right? So I think it'd be funny.
Okay, this is our segue into Marvel Snap. If you segue into Marvel Snap, I'll be impressed. So go for it.
Oh, this is gonna be difficult.
Good luck, sir. Segue. Do it.
Okay, so for Christmas, right, my partner was kind of teasing this gift that was gonna be
I already
something for
regret
her
this.
and something for me.
I already regret
And I was
this.
like, I don't know what's going on, right? So
Was it a vacation?
I'm. Oh, it was not.
Oh.
No, it was not, sir. So I opened, I undid the box, and bam, see Ann Summers logo.
What's
I think
that?
this is crazy. So Ann Summers is a shop where
Oh, gotcha. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
you're right,
Yep.
and I am the most immature human being on planet Earth
We know.
because I slept with the blindfold on to cover my eyes from the light. and, and and the thing, the there was a flogger in there, right? You know, there's whipping things, and I just like, I didn't touch her at all with it, but I was like, I was like, go make me a sandwich. And I hit the bed and shit. I just started laughing. And she's laughing too. And it's just a fucking alright ordeal with it. And I was just like, this is crazy. And then because there's like cuffs with it as well, I thought I can be a right superhero. Use like the flogger as my weapon. You know what I mean? And like I could go out and arrest people. I could use the blindfold as like a superhero mask, cut out the eyes. I could be like Robin.
You know, there are some things I missed and some things I didn't miss.
I did also. I've got it under my bed as well. It's so funny because I was told, oh, you got to take the box out. You know, it's embarrassing. And I thought to myself, well, I mean, like I know, but and so because she also got me a pair of boxers with a picture of her face on the arse cheeks, I was like, I want to show my dad this because it's funny. But I forgot the box was out on the bed that had the full set name, you know what I'm saying? So my dad comes in and I'm like, yo, dad, and he laughs at it, and I see him just glance slightly at the box and go, wow. And then he's just dead off left. And I was just like, you know what, it's been a Merry Christmas, I'll tell you now. But then I got paper cut, and you can only get paper cut with cards. So let's move on to Marvel Snap. Do you know what else gives me an erection? Marvel Snap.
Wonderful. Great. You had it so well done, and then you had to say 6 more words, and you just kind of ruined it. So that was a good. You were so close. You were so close. I was so impressed for about 10 seconds, which is never mind. Okay, Marvel Snap. How much have you played? Because I've put in a little bit of time for Marvel Snap. Quite a bit, actually. Let me check real quick. Since it came out on Steam, I've put in 314 hours.
Fucking hell.
That's because
I
I play at work. So like for me, Marvel Snap is like the perfect, like, I'm on break. I got like 15 minutes. I can get a couple of games in, or you know, like when work has dead periods, maybe I'll fire it up. Maybe if anyone is watching from my work, I'm just saying that seems cool. But the idea is that like it's a perfect like quick little game to kind of like pop in, pop out, right? And you say you only have an hour.
Well, I played the what's it called? Blue Stack. There you go. Blue Stack's version.
The emulator,
of it
yeah.
before, like the emulator version, and it was okay, but I got put off it very quickly. It's just not really for me, which is ironic, I know. But like, so people are gonna be like, "But you played Midnight Thunder." They're very different. They are still very different.
Yeah, well,
And
I
think
would agree with that. Yeah, like one's like just a pure card game, straight up.
Yeah, and it's just not really for me. I don't find the kind of satisfaction in being forced to use certain character cards because that is the meta, for example. So, like, right, if I wanted to just get all the Spider-Man cards, you know, this cool, I get to have a team of these people or character cards or whatever. They're probably not going to win because they're not designed like that. You know, it's designed to have like a strategy and a meta and stuff, and that's not really for me. I want that freedom.
I mean, to be fair, you're not wrong, but you're also not right as well, right? So the idea is that like there's always going to be like the meta, right? And this goes for like any competitive game for the most part, right? There's always going to be like a meta, but then there's always going to be people who break the meta, right? But then that redefines the meta, and then it's all about like chases and then, you know, buffs and nerfs or whatever. So like you're technically right, but there's always going to be people who are going to be able to like figure out ways to like break the meta and then like use those combinations as well. But like I don't pay attention to a lot of Marvel Snap to like know if that's like really possible, because it does seem like I think Synchro was telling me at one point that there's like a certain combination that you can do with like 4 cards, and it just like automatically wins you the game or some shit. And it's fucking nuts. Yo, Slip, appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say about Marvel Snap. It seems like it's getting a lot of love. Like it seems like it's winning like all the awards. Like I think comicbook.com, everyone's favorite, just put out a basically like they were like, oh, like Marvel Snap wins our multiplayer game of the year or whatever. And it's just because I think
So
like,
crazy to me.
well, I think it's just like the quality of it. I don't like, I don't know if it's
I
like
get
that
it,
good, but
but
like,
like there's I mean, I've seen it in a lot of game of the year lists,
yeah,
and I don't know. I don't know if that's fair to put it in a game of the year list. And it's not that it's not a game. I'm not saying that, but I don't know, man. It seems kind of mean to the games that have a bit more to them, I guess. Maybe that's just me.
true. Oh, so it's Zola, Black Panther, Devil Dinosaur, and someone else. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's yeah. It might only be the 3 of them, but like it could be 4. But yeah, those are the first 3. Thank you, Jazzy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think like it's tough. I mean, the game has a lot of depth to it, I think, but it takes a bit. Like I think like my collection is even that great, and like I only run like the Carnage and Nova deck right now, but that's because like I'm just like lazy and don't want to like figure out more combinations, or like, I mean, to be fair, like all I have to do is like go to YouTube and like look up like a deck video and just, you know,
You
I
don't really need to though. That's the thing. Like, and it's kind of I know that it's you say like, oh, you're lazy, so you don't have to look at anything. But if you're winning with what you've got, then there really is no reason to change it. And when I was playing the emulator version, that combination was the combination of like everything. So you had
true,
to play with Nova and Carnage. You had to play with like Devil Dinosaur and those sort of fucking people and Moon
true.
Girl and stuff. And it just, I don't know. I didn't want them on my team. I mean, I wanted Carnage, sure, but I didn't want like I
You
don't even
wanted
know
like
who Moon Girl was or Devil Dinosaur. I
right, right,
wanted the
right.
cards. I wanted cards of characters that I like on my team, and I wanted at least a chance to win.
True.
But then someone would whip out a Nova and a Carnage or a Carnage and Bucky or something like that, and I just get absolutely demolished. I'll be like, oh, all right then.
True. Yeah,
I guess I'll put them back on.
it's tough when you play a competitive game like that because like the idea is that you basically are kind of stuck to the meta, as I said. But yeah, for sure. Slip, yo, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for the 300. Okay, that was Marvel Snap. Do you want to touch on Spider-Man 2 or anything to do with that? I don't know. Because I guess like
There's nothing to talk about, bro. Like
well
they just
they
said, oh,
did.
it's coming out in fall. Like, oh, whip-de-doo, fucking hell.
Okay, I'm just hey, listen, I'm trying to hit all the bases today. All right, I'm just trying to
All
make
I'm
sure.
saying is that
Yes,
if like the worst case and the case scenario was probably going to be around that time anyway. I was on some copium and I thought, well, maybe they're going to do a massive marketing drive from January to like, I don't know, April or something. And there we go. It's pain. It's pain. Right. And I'm just like, for it's, I find it really strange that I don't know, people are like big up hyping that it's a full release day. Like, yo, no way, guys. That's like the latest they could do it.
right. Yeah, because I guess fall
Yeah.
could be fall is anywhere from what, September to November, I think, right? Or September, October.
Hey, hold on.
I
When
think.
does fall end? Let's have a look.
I think winter begins December 21st, right?
Oh, so fall ends. Wait, hold on. For
All
fuck's
right.
sake.
All right.
Oh, it ends late December.
Yeah.
So like this year it was December 21st. Fall ended.
Right.
Oh,
So
okay. So fall in 2023 starts September 23rd to December 22nd. So
okay.
yeah, they really left it late.
Okay. Well, I mean, when do you realistically see it? I see it October.
Yeah, I see October as well. It'll probably be
Okay.
close to Halloween, and I reckon the game will probably be based on Halloween. So you'll see Halloween decorations up and
Ooh.
stuff like that. Like that's how they'll differentiate the map this time. Where it'll just be a bunch of like Halloween stuff out, and Venom will also be vibes as well.
True.
Because obviously Halloween and stuff like that. I think that's a good marketing tool. A lot of people in the chat are saying November. I don't know why though. I don't know why November.
I mean, they're just taking a guess. That's all we're
Wrong.
doing. Okay. All right. Wrong.
Wrong
Wrong.
chat.
All right.
Bad.
Okay, can you not bully Chad? Jesus. Holy moly, dude.
Oh, they bully you, bro. Well, sorry.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's just kind of the way it works. That's just the relationship we have, Chad and I.
I'll dive in front of a bullet for you, Hyruler.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. That's really nice of you, Thomas. Thank you so
You know,
much.
well, all I'm saying is, chat, that the latest Spider-Man can be released is in 360 days. So,
That's fair. That is fair. Let's
and
talk about
the
how bad Spider-Man
earliest
2
is
is
in
gonna be.
269 days. So have fun, Kings.
Yo, what's up, Sick? All right. Are we free of video games? Is this it?
No.
No? Oh, we're not free of video
No.
games?
No.
Oh, okay.
We have to
What?
talk about the
Yeah.
best Marvel game of all time, Fortnite. So, what have you been
True.
thinking about this latest season? You've been dropping some 90s, bro. You've been securing some victory royales. You know,
You know what?
Tell me.
I actually was thinking of playing yesterday, but I never did. But like, I don't know. It's not bad. Like, the problem is, I look at like I was playing Warzone earlier today, and like I look at like the current case of like battle royales out there, and like I actually would probably make the argument Fortnite's the best one. Like, Apex is
Yeah.
fine in short bursts. Warzone 2 sucks. PUBG is I don't even know where to begin on PUBG.
Game's fucking surviving. I don't know what's going on with PUBG, bro.
True.
PUBG is the Marvel's Avengers of battle royales. I don't
True.
know how it's still going. I don't know how it's not dead yet.
I think because
so-
the mechanics are so different. Like the recoil in like PUBG, for example, is so different than anything else, right? So the guns have kick. There is just so much there. Like it has 171,000 players right now. Like that's insane. And that's just basically because like the guns are just fucking incredible. Like when you get a kill in PUBG, that shit feels fucking earned, right? Versus like sometimes you'll play like an Apex or you play like a Warzone, and like the guns don't have the same kind of kick to them. So when you play it, you know, depending on the setup you have for your gun, it's a fucking laser beam, right? It's fucking there's nothing moving, right? But in PUBG, that shit's fucking up and down, left, right, center. That shit makes you fucking work for your kills. And I think people do appreciate the gunplay in that for sure. Fuck PUBG
One of the
Mobile.
things that's been annoying
Sorry.
me about like battle royales and shit is the content creators that only play those fucking games and then say there's no game out there. I'm sorry. I know that you like Dr. Disrespect and I'm all for it, but that guy is the most annoying motherfucker when it comes to video games in my entire life. Bro, he like moaning about like there's no games to play, there's no games to play. You only play battle royales and you're obviously not the best at them. Play another game.
Well,
Holy shit, stop moaning.
So when you think about it, like imagine building your career off of like superhero games, right? And then you go through a superhero drought. Technically, there'd be no games to play,
But
right?
no, but that's different though, because Doctor Disrespect is a very, very popular man, so he can play
Whatever he
random
wants and still
game
sure,
and
sure.
and still get a ton of money. Whereas like smaller creators don't have that luxury, so it's even more annoying when big creators that can play whatever the fuck they want and get away with it don't, and they still there's nothing to play. There's nothing to play, bro. All you play is one type of game. What do you mean?
Sure, I don't disagree. I mean, I think a lot of it is part of the act too. Like if you really want to look into it though, I like there definitely has been a downturn for like people who primarily play Warzone. There's definitely been like a viewer downturn from like Warzone 1 to Warzone 2. Like view numbers are down, YouTube numbers are down. So I think there's actually something to be said for like Warzone 2 just kind of coming out and flopping. But to your point, I guess like at that point you switch it up, you play something else, right? You play Rainbow Six Siege. But yeah, I think that points to like
If you want
FPS
to
games.
get like a brain hernia, then sure, yeah, go play Rainbow Six Siege.
True. But I think like when you look at it, like in terms of like FPS games that are out there, like name an FPS game that has come out in like the last like 4 years that has like stuck around. That's not a battle royale. You know what I mean? Like that answer is just tough. Like they're like maybe Overwatch 2, but even Overwatch 2 is still struggling, right? So like if you're an FPS guy, you're fucked. Like you're super fucked, right?
People are just getting kind of fed up with the genre as well, which, I mean, I thought that was happening a long time ago. Like, the amount of people that you see slagging off the fucking Battle Royale games is mental. But it's not even just Dr. Disrespect that does it, because if you want to say that's a part of the character, I can, okay, yep, fair enough. But then there's, like, other people you do the same shit as well, and it's really annoying. You know, it's to me, as someone who only play as some to someone who only plays battle royales. That's like when in 2010 or 2015, people used to laugh at anyone who only played FIFA, GTA, and COD. Do you
Sure.
know what I mean? Like
Yep.
those are the kind of the examples of like, yeah, you maybe need to broaden your horizon a little bit if you only play those three games.
Sure.
You know.
No, I don't disagree. I actually don't disagree at all. But I think it's definitely one of those things where, at least when I look at it, I understand a little bit of the frustration there because like, if for example, you see it a lot of time too, like in MMOs for example, right? So if you're an MMO guy, right? I'm gonna pick on Artie a little bit. If you play MMOs, right? Like realistically, you're jumping between like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, and like maybe like a Guild Wars or an Elder Scrolls, right? Because like there's just not a lot out there that really scratches that itch for you, right? And yeah, I mean you could play something else, um, but like at the end of the day, if you're dying for like a new MMO or a new battle royale, you're shit out of luck. You're fucked, super
No,
fucked.
but there's still a lot of battle royale games out there. I mean, even ones that aren't as popular. And I think that's it. Like there was so when Fortnite was kind of getting a bit boring to people and stuff, people jumped on what was it, Realm Royale? I think it was. It was
Yeah,
like
it,
a
it made
magical.
it made like a comeback, and now it's already dead again.
Yeah, like and but that's because a lot of these games come alive because of the content creators, especially these days. So like if Doctor Disrespect, Ninja, Lupo, Tim the Tapman, all those people jumped on Realm Royale at the same time, that game would be alright again. It'd come back to life. It'd be sorted.
you
So
you need like a dedicated, like you would almost need like a month ad campaign with a lot of those guys because like um you can even point to like Slipset Spellbreak as well. Yeah, Spellbreak is a game that was alive and then dwindled. um and it's tough. Like either it feels like nowadays if your game catches on and you have like a good couple of months of like sustained players, you're solid. But if you have like maybe 2 weeks and then it all starts tapering off, you're fucked, right? um you see it with like there was a game that came out. It was called VHS. It's like a Dead by Daylight clone, and it's actually like really fun. But like because like it just never took off. It had like a couple of weeks where it was like pretty good, but then because of that, it just dwindled, and then died. And it's like fuck, trying to launch like a multiplayer game nowadays is fucking tough. I like fuck that. I would rather just make a bunch of single player games and just launch single player games because like if you launch a multiplayer game, good fucking luck. You're fucking rolling the dice.
yeah, you're really gonna be struggling to get people who are like 100% positive of your shit all the time. You know, like
Hmm.
also this is so off topic, but looking at Do Man Was Taken reminds me of Dream Was Taken. And I gotta tell you guys, I can't look at Dream the same way. And if you know, you know. Can I talk about this, please?
Why? I why
Please.
are why are we talking about the video of Dream that's going around? You know what? I just wish Dream played Minecraft, okay? And the less I know about Dream, the better my life is, and that's really all I have to say
I
about
need I
Dream.
need to ask what sick motherfucker he was sending that to, by the
I
way, because this guy, I didn't realize he had it in him. So for anyone, you know what? No. If you listen, okay, all I'm gonna say is, if you're under legal age, do not go out and watch this video. If you are, have fun. Like, 'cause it's fucking entertaining. It is mental. It- I listen. All I'm saying is, if I could do it, I wouldn't need a partner anymore.
I hate this. I hate this. I hate this so much.
I remember, because it was one of the first things I said to you, wasn't it? I was like, bro, I
Hmm.
just saw a video of Dream sucking his own dick. Oh,
You
it's
know,
so funny.
some days I miss
Oh,
the
all
old
right.
days, and
People are curious, bro. I gotta tell them. I let them know.
some days I miss the old days, and some days I'm okay with where life is taking me.
No. So anyway, Dream, Dream. But basically, guys, for anyone who doesn't know, so I'll tell you just so like people don't go out and search it because I might have just accidentally made a lot of people cry. So in this clip, he puts his legs behind his head, right? He gives himself self-fellatio, right? But he doesn't just lick the tip; he gets it all in, like it's in the throat, guys. And I know, I look at it, it's impressive. I've never seen someone be able to do that. I tried to do that when I was younger, but I'd fat and couldn't get through it. So the fact that he was able, the fact that he was able to do it is mental. This man removed some ribs, like, holy shit! I've been wanting to talk about this for ages.
Why don't you make a video on it then? Talk about it on your own channel.
Why would I do that? That's weird.
I don't know. It could be your first 100,000 view video.
That'd be nice, but then Dream would probably like cross it off or something. Because I'd have to show people.
No, you
the
wouldn't.
video.
No. You wouldn't have to. I implore you not to. Beg
To
you.
be fair,
even.
the willy's censored anyway. It's in his mouth.
You know,
This man dead ass is like trapped in that position as well.
you know, there's just some things I'm glad we talked about. This is not one of them. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about today, Stardust? Thomas?
I mean, just in general, bro, you know, just
Yeah.
kind of like, I'm so entertained by the concept of like a really fucking famous 100,000 billion jillion subscribered Minecraft channel thinking to themselves, you know, this video won't leak.
And that's why
Of
you
him
never
turning
take
himself
those.
into a fucking fellatio sandwich.
And that's why you never take those videos. And that's why you never do that. Dooman, thank you for the gifted sub. Appreciate that. Nava, hope you enjoy it. That's why you never do that. All right, never send those videos of yourself out there because you could be Dream or you could be not Dream and it will get leaked. When you talk about WWE 2K,
really...
oh no. Yes. Sorry.
I've never really had an issue of like stuff like that coming out because like I wouldn't send it ever. Sort of like I wasn't 100% sure. I wouldn't be upset if it got like leaks out there. Like I really don't care. Like if I was famous, which I'm not, but if I was, and I was trending on Twitter, I'd be like, please make sure no one found my Discord DMs, and I'd click on it, and then it would just be my nudes or whatever. I'd be like, oh, sound. I'd be alright with that. It wouldn't bother me.
No, you'd be okay with it?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, unless I make like an OnlyFans because I'm losing money. But besides that. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
What about you? Would you be like? Would you be?
I've had
upset,
that happen
or would you
before.
not care?
I've had that happen before.
What? What, you
Yeah.
trending?
No, yeah, obviously trending. No, I had a video of me get like sent around before. Yeah,
Shit, I didn't know that.
yeah, that's Highruler lore.
I wish I knew you at the time.
It's a little fucked up to say, but okay. I mean, yeah, we'll just rock with that. Sure, that's
What
nice.
do you mean? I just said I wish I knew you at the time. Didn't mean I wanted to see it. I did. I would have.
Okay.
Listen,
yeah.
listen. If many people have already seen it, you might as well send it to me as well.
That's fucked up. Anyways, that's
Sorry,
super.
bro.
That's super fucked up. Holy shit.
Now,
Yes.
I had
Yes.
that I had that done to me once, right?
Yes.
I had it done to me once because the place that I was resting at actually asked me about it. So they were like, you know, they sort of spoke to me about it and stuff like, so like we've seen the picture circling. I was like, you sure you didn't get sent it? Like the fuck? Don't say it like that.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, someone said that it was you. So I want to make sure that you know you're being safe and everything. I was like, guys, it's not about me being safe. It's about whoever decided to share it around.
Just share it
It's nothing to do
around.
with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Exactly.
you got to talk to where you got it from and try and find it. But I wasn't like bothered by it. It's just like as long as you guys, I mean, my face isn't in it, so who gives a fuck? Right?
Sure.
Well, no one's gonna go. Oh, that's Tommy Ryder's fucking penis. No one's gonna do that.
Tommy Ryder's penis. Some things you just can't unhear. Okay. I feel like we can move on from this conversation. What do you think?
I'd rather not, but if you want to, then yeah.
Well, you know, I think there becomes a point in time where every like conversation has a natural end, and I feel like we're past the natural end.
I'm just trying to like negotiate because I've said since we became friends that I think it's insane that we haven't seen each other's penises yet.
I actually think that's pretty normal, but I guess like friendships are different in the UK. Rondo, can you confirm?
Rondo, right? I'm telling the truth, aren't I? Like, for the most part, it's pretty weird for close male friends to not see each other's winkies.
What happens in England?
It's like a negotiation, innit? Yeah, so we should play Soggy Biscuit. Now, Chad, if you don't know what that is,
No,
basically,
no,
do
no.
you know what it is?
Of course I know what it is. Why are we venturing down this path?
Would you ever, so like, okay, let me ask you a
No,
question, right? No, no,
no.
no, no,
The
no,
answer
wait, wait,
is
wait, 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 wait,
no.
wait, 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 no, 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 wait, okay. So I remember, so earlier today, I told my fiance a story, right? And she kind of, she was having a bit of a laugh about it. But let me ask you a question. Say you're at a house party, right? Say you're a bit younger again, you're not in your boomy years. And you were playing Spin the Bottle, right?
Yeah.
You know what that is, don't you?
No,
And
I'm
it
culturally inept. Yeah. No. What is
so
it?
it landed on you and a homie, right? Like a homie, right? And it was of the same sex. Yeah, and I know you don't swing that way. So for you it might be a bit different, right? Maybe a bit weird.
Yeah.
But if you would you go in for the kiss, or would you try and like ignore it, or would you
I would
stick to the
ignore
rules of the
it.
game? No, bro, because think about it, right? So there's a pretty girl there as well, right? So if it lands on her, what a dub. But you got the risk of it. Okay, all right, all right, all right. Let me put a new scene in this, right? So it's me and you. We're doing we're doing spin the bottle, right? But on each side there's also two very attractive women, right? And one of them is one like you want to be with like so bad. I mean, like this is like everyone's like this is dream stuff, right? Not dream, not that one. Um, so we play spin the bottle, and you're hoping it lands on her, and it don't. It lands on me. But if you just back out of the game, you got no chance of kissing the girls. What'd you do?
I'm backing out of the game.
You're actually no,
100%.
no, bro. What?
100%. I'm backing out.
Bro, I'd be there with my lips puckered. I'd be ready for it. I'd do that for you, bro.
Well, that's very nice of you, and I'm glad you would do that. But I would back out. I would.
No, because I was in a
Yeah.
situation with like one of a friend before, and I just
Mm.
went for it. Do you know what I mean? Because I thought to myself like I'm not losing out now. This ain't gonna stop me, right? Because I've seen his penis before, bro, and that's what I'm saying. When me and you would have like this bond straight away, boom, and we'd be able to like in this scenario, you'd be like, "I'll come here, you," because you just think about it. This is a real thing. This is a real situation. I think like this could happen to you in your lifetime. Where
I'm
like obviously,
almost
I'm not in
30,
Canada, so
sir.
probably won't be me.
I,
Yeah, that's all right.
you think I'm
Do
playing
you, do you,
Spin the Bottle at 30?
so when you're 30, do you not? Is house parties just done? Like, have you never been invited to one?
Bro, there's no house parties anymore. A house party for me is like me and my friends are sitting around like and just like talking. Like there's no like loud music anymore. Maybe we'll play beer pong, but like there's no parties where it's like loud music, hundreds of people packed into a house. Those days are over, man. Like
That's true, Ethan. At 30, you do get invited to swinger parties, all right? Everything starts to sag at that age, bro.
you
I mean, that's
guys
literally a swinger party. Everything's
all
swinging.
I'm saying is that I can't see my life going in such a direction that I'm playing spin the bottle at this point in my life, you know?
I mean, I wouldn't because I'm taken, obviously. Like, unless my partner was involved in spin the bottle, but in that case, I'll get dead jealous and like smack the bottle away. It like lands on her, and it lands on like this fucking fit Chad looking bloke. I'm like, no! I'll just throw the bottle out the window. No.
That's it, eh?
Comic Con 2024, we're all playing spin. See, all right, okay, Highruler, right, new scenario.
I am not playing spin the bottle.
No, if we all meet, right, all the homies, all the boys from Discord, yeah, and we all go out to where Comic Con is, wherever we all engage to meet up with, and we're all just like, we all have like, we decide, right, Hyrule's getting on a bit now. This might be his last chance to do this. So we do, we do, we do a house party.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Ethan comes out because it'd be Ethan that'd say it and be
Yeah.
like, "Let's play spin the bottle," right? So he puts the bottle
Yeah.
down. Bearing in mind, there's no girls, so I don't know why we're doing it. But but he starts turning it right, lands on you, and it lands with someone else. And like you wouldn't do it, bro.
No.
That's crazy. What a boy! I can see you're 30. Honestly, that's embarrassing.
I'm sorry that like my fun does not involve me playing spin the bottles with my friends and
Let
kissing
me ask
them.
you then. So,
Yeah.
because I haven't asked you this before, all right?
Oh no.
What's your? So, if someone said, "Let's go have a crazy night. I've got all this money,
Yeah.
right? All this money. What would you do?" And you're feeling pretty adventurous, right? So, what is your like night?
I don't know.
Go
Listen, I'm a
crazy.
very low key kind of guy. All right, I'm low key, so like maybe we'll go for like a fancy dinner. You know?
Oh my, fancy. What am I? Your
Yeah. Sorry. You want to finish that sentence, Stardust? You wanna finish that? You wanna
That was
finish? You want to finish that
that was
sentence?
that was an accident. I
You want to finish?
promise.
You want to finish that sentence?
No, stop,
Are you sure?
stop. That
I'm
was
not
an
your way.
accident.
I'm not your. Not your way. Not your way.
No, no.
Not your way. You know what's crazy,
I'm
guys?
so
you know what's
embarrassed.
crazy,
I'm so
guys?
embarrassed. I've gone red. I've gone really warm in the face.
You know what's crazy? Before we started the stream, Thomas was like, "Hey, like, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, listen, man, I'm like kind of battling every day. You know, like shit kind of sucks." And he's like,
It was an accident.
and this guy publicly goes to shit on me like that. That is crazy.
No, it was an accident. No, because I was trying to say, like, all right, so I'll explain my thought process. So I was like, bro, I'm not your girlfriend. What you take me out on a date for? But then it clicked halfway through the joke. I was like, shit, and I panicked.
Yeah.
I've gone all red now. I'm blushing, but like not in a
Yeah.
good way. I'm
Yeah.
like burning. All right, so that's the end.
It's crazy.
No, but like, all right,
yes.
so fuck the dinner, right? Because I'm not accepting
like
that,
literally
right? So,
literally I wouldn't know because like I don't do crazy stuff. I've never done crazy stuff. Like I've never been one for crazy. Like the most crazy I've been is like, yeah, I've gone to like house parties. Like I've gone to like a strip club twice, you know, like
I've never been
it's
to a strip club. See, you've got some it.
yeah, but like it's not crazy. Like it's just watching
What
like
is a strip club like? Like, what is it like?
you just see boobies everywhere.
Pretty cool. You like, what else do you do? You sort of sit there.
Yeah.
Watch tits.
You can get a girl to dance on you. Like that's it, you know?
What does that do though? You can't like masturbate, can you?
I don't know. I guess it just charges the batteries, I guess, you know?
Charges the batteries to what? Do nothing all night.
Well, then you go home to, you know, yourself or maybe someone else and, you know, it's like revving the engine.
Yeah, but you don't need to like pay to see. Some guys just want to go out and get hard with their friends.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure
That's all
every
it can
single one of those
be.
people is in England, yeah.
I don't think we have strip clubs in England. I don't even lie, because I've never seen one before. Like, I've never even heard of one. Let me Google it right now while we're on. Hold on.
Yeah, no, this has really gone a different
England
direction.
strip
Yeah, this is really
clubs.
good. I feel like we
There is.
came to talk about video games and now we're here.
Oh, they're only in London though.
Let's all get together and
There's
have
one-
a night. Sounds good. Let's have a night.
Who said
Yeah.
that?
Falcon did.
Yeah, we could go to Platinum Lace, the best gentleman's club and strip club in London. Be nice. I feel like if I told my partner that I was going to one of them, I think she'd just laugh uncontrollably at how uncomfortable I will be in that situation.
Don't ask me how I know
Like-
this, Rondo. I know how you know this. That's why you want to go to Montreal. Not for Elimination Chamber. I know why you want to go to Montreal. Just saying.
Highruler, what were you like in that situation, bro? 'Cause I can't picture you being someone that'd be like licking your lips and that.
I just sat there and drank my beer, man. I don't know.
That's what I mean. So like, I don't know. It just seems a bit pointless. You might as well go to like a place that's like playing sports or something.
I agree. Yeah, sounds good.
I see. I'm quite resourceful on a night out, and I'll tell you what. And everyone's gonna judge me. Okay,
We already
now,
do, but
as a man, I kind of have, and it's a shame that it's like this. By the way, I'm not even joking at this point, but I have a lot more safety than a woman would on a night out, right? Because people, you know, they try horrible shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a bit of stuff in drinks and all that, right? You ain't got a chance to worry about that with a guy. Not as much, anyway. Okay. Obviously, I've watched Dharma, so I know it's not 100% one-sided. But so if there's like a drink, like a pint, a half done, sitting somewhere, no one's around, I'm taking it, bro. It's mine. And by the way, they're gone. Like it's an empty bar or whatever. Like there you go. I'm sorted. So that's how resourceful I am.
I don't
I
know if that's
I spent like
resourceful
no
or
money.
stupidity, but
Why
you
is it
know,
stupid?
because you don't know, like, what if they have like an STI or something that gets transmitted through like saliva?
Well, I mean, where I live, that is very possible. But I'm pretty clean. So-
Yeah, when's the last time you got tested?
Oh, bro, say now. Don't ask such silly questions. I got. I remember. I remember. I got told to get tested once for AIDS. It was kind of wild. Because someone like made a rumor that I was shagging about, and I really wasn't. Like, it was just one girl, but everyone was like, I think maybe people just expected me to have AIDS. Maybe I look like someone who's just naturally AD. Thomas puts the condom on before he leaves the house. Got to keep it warm. Okay, you got to rev up the engines before you
How
start
did I do that?
driving.
How did I do this week in week out? Was I just a more
Because it was
patient?
no,
Was I a patient person back then? How patient was
it's
I?
different. You never really let me go off on these tangents. We'll go no, 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 like,
Well, I
and then
wonder why.
jumping back to it.
Yeah, I can.
And there also used to be stuff to talk about Avengers was, to be
Oh,
fair.
true. Yeah. Now there's really nothing. So now we just sit here and have like hangout time, I guess, right?
It's nice. I've enjoyed hanging out with you again, bro. Like this doesn't happen enough, all right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to figure out this new routine kind of thing, trying to, you know, be more involved again with everything.
I used to go to Hooters at my old job every week for lunch, wings and shit fire. What is Hooters like? Because I remember there was a viral picture that went around on Twitter that was really mean. It was someone like taking a picture of one of the Hooter workers like bums, but she didn't have one really, and it kind of looked a bit like a bookcase. And like,
Basically, it's what you picture it as. It's like just girls wearing tight clothes, flirting with you, and like with wings and stuff. I mean, it's not a bad place to eat. I mean, you definitely go there for the eye candy, for sure.
that's weird though, because like, I don't want to get messy with my chicken wings, and then a pretty girl's like looking at me all weird.
They're always looking at you weird. Mighty
That's not very
Poo,
nice.
G Fuel flavor. What is Mighty Poo?
Oh, is this?
That's
Oh, is this the fucking? I think
crazy.
Ethan sent this to me. The fuck. Oh
My-
shit!
it
Oh
ships
no,
in
I'm
April.
bleeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked a scab off my leg and I'm bleeding. I'm not
Wait.
joking. That's gross.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about, Thomas?
Yeah, it looks
Yeah?
like ketchup.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about today? Anything that
What do you want
isn't?
to talk about, bro? You always ask me, but
I don't know what I want to talk about. I just brought you on.
don't be socially awkward, bro. Come on.
I'm very socially awkward. I think one of the hardest things I actually have been struggling with this a lot actually, is actually getting comfortable behind the camera again or in front of the camera. That like people don't notice that, but like one of the hardest things to go from like not streaming to like streaming again is being comfortable in front of the camera. And like um that's been a big adjustment for me because like there'll be some nights I just don't feel comfortable being in front of the camera. That shit sucks. Because like I used to just be able to turn the camera on and stay here for like 12 hours. And now like I'll sit here like there'll be some days I sit here for 2 and I get really uncomfortable with my skin. So
Ah. Let's talk about that then. Come on, let's dissect that a little bit. So
you should be more shy with your face looking like that. Ethan, your mother will sit on
that's
this face.
that's
Crazy, bro.
fucked, Ethan, bro. That's crazy. See, I accidentally burned you. Ethan was full on like you're ugly.
You know what? Ethan, what's your mother's number? What's her WhatsApp? I'm going for it right now.
What's a WhatsApp?
I'm going for it. You're
I
about to be
found the
calling. You're
setting,
about
by
to
the
be
way,
calling
to stop
me
the
daddy.
photos from being auto-saved.
Oh, did
I
you?
found some it. Yeah, so I'll teach you guys that after all this.
Oh, thank you. I can send you the
See,
contact link up. Yeah, sorry. What were you saying?
And no, so like let's talk about it a bit, bro. Like, why do you think? Is it because you've had like a good bit of time off? Or
Yeah,
is it,
100%.
like...
So I think actually like when you're doing this like every day, you just get comfortable with it, and then like you take time off. It's almost like taking time off from like a job, right? So like for anyone who's like taken like extended time off, or maybe you switch jobs and like switch back or whatever. Similarly, I guess like so back in 2019 when I left the soccer club and I worked for a sales company, and then I went back to the soccer club. There's always like that adjustment period of like you're coming back into it, you're kind of unsure. You know, maybe you have the answer, but maybe you don't. And there's always that adjustment period. I think it's just an adjustment period of like just getting comfortable again in front of the camera. It's weird though, because like, yeah, I used to just bang out like 12 hours, and now it's like, oh, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I get that. Have you sort of found it's like just difficult in general to kind of just be like a social being? Because you've kind of been, like, obviously been super busy, right? It's not a call out, by the way.
Yeah, no, no,
You've
no.
been
I
super
know what you're saying.
busy.
I know what you're saying.
You know, so like, would it not feel? Does it feel sort of weird just to have to be social